Hey guys, just came back from seeing Triple Nine, and I was a bit underwhelmed. It's not a bad film. It's just some I expected bigger stakes basically. I expected a gigantic action scene at the end of the movie, but nah, it makes you feel like it's leading up to something big, but doesn't really go there. And to me, that's the biggest downside to the film. Otherwise, it's mostly solid. You couldn't believe how many actors are in this movie. You have Chiwetel Ejiofor from 12 Years a Slave and The Martian, Aaron Paul, Norman Reedus, Clifton Collins Jr., Gal Gadot, Kate Winslet, Woody Harrelson, Casey Affleck, and a whole bunch of people that you've seen on television. It wasn't fun. It was really fun seeing all these actors together and creating a movie like this. But at the same time, you kind of expect it to go much more. I don't know. I guess that's just me. I think a lot of other people will find this movie solid, that they would find no problems with it whatsoever. But like I said, I thought that there would be something big that's going to happen at the end of the movie, but it doesn't really go there. It's not as awesome as I hope for it to be. But everything leading up to that was pretty good, in my opinion. So I do have to go into spoilers because I do have to say what I like and don't like about the movie. But for in short, the acting's pretty good for the most part. Kate Winslet goes in and out of a Russian accent, but at the same time, I don't really fault her. They could have picked a Russian actress, but it's Kate Winslet, and I really liked her in the movie. Gal Gadot, she doesn't really do much in the film, but her lines are pretty good, and she's still hot. And everyone did a good job for what they are given, but at the same time, you don't expect. I have to go into spoilers about certain characters, but yeah, some of these roles you didn't expect to be like that. So from now on, spoilers. Okay, I was really devastated at the 30-minute mark because Norman Reedus dies in the movie. I didn't expect that! Seriously, I thought that he's gonna be one of the main guys in the crew because he's the surveiller. He's under surveillance. He's also the getaway driver, and he's checking up to see, okay, there's a police guy there. You should take him out. Yeah, he does that, and I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I like that he's basically the for surveillance. He did that for The Walking Dead. Basically, he scouts ahead, sees what's gonna happen. It's nice to see Daryl Dixon in an environment like this. Then he dies. I was like, what? Why not Aaron Paul? And here's the thing, I like Aaron Paul. He basically plays Jesse Pinkman in this movie. No, seriously. Norman Reedus plays Daryl Dixon, and Aaron Paul plays Jesse Pinkman, and they play brothers together in this film. So Daryl Dixon plays not Daryl Dixon, sorry. Norman Reedus plays a guy who's basically a scouter. He scouts ahead to see if there's trouble ahead, and he's also a getaway driver, and he's for surveillance. And he has a troubled brother who's a hothead. Sounds familiar? And Aaron Paul plays a junkie whose loved one causes him to create all these rash decisions and could get him killed and others killed. Yeah, Jesse Pinkman. Well, Aaron Paul's character used to be a former cop, but he's also I believe they say he was under Special Forces at one point as well, but Norman Reedus was Special Forces, and he used to tag team with Chiwetel Ejiofor. And that's how they know each other. But I don't know how they know Clifton Collins Jr. I guess they met up with him later on, because their gang also consists of Anthony Mackie and Clifton Collins Jr., who are dirty cops. One of their plans, because they're being blackmailed by the Russian mob, who's Kate Winslet is in charge of, kinda, mostly because her husband is still in prison and they're waiting for him to get out of prison. Chiwetel Ejiofor and his crew are trying to do all these jobs because they are being blackmailed by Kate Winslet. And Kate Winslet's sister is Gal Gadot, who's the wife/girlfriend of Chiwetel Ejiofor, and they have a son together. So that's why Chiwetel Ejiofor has a lot more at stake, because he wants to get his son back, but he's also getting blackmailed by the Russian mob, and his crew kind of wants to run away, but Chiwetel Ejiofor got them involved, so they have no choice but to stay and do the jobs because Norman Reedus got killed off by one of the people from the Russian mob. So they're fucked. And then you have Casey Affleck, who got transferred from another precinct. So he is now Anthony Mackie's partner, and Anthony Mackie is trying to show him the ropes. So Casey Affleck, it turns out that he is the nephew of Woody Harrelson, who is the police chief. And Woody Harrelson is investigating the bank robbery that happened in the beginning of the film. So he's trying to track down this team that's led by Chiwetel Ejiofor. And because Anthony Mackie knows that Casey Affleck is the nephew of the police chief, so they believe that they have to call 999, which means officer down or send all units. So they make a plan that they will kill Casey Affleck on one side of the town, call the 999, so all the police would go to that side of the town, while Chiwetel Ejiofor and the other people try to go in to a vault and try to steal some data. Actually, I just realized it kind of reminds me of Die Hard with a Vengeance. With the whole police trying to investigate all the schools because they heard of there's a bomb, so they left Wall Street undefended. So that's why Jeremy Irons and his team go into Wall Street and take the money. This is basically a heist film. And there's they only show two heists. One in the beginning of the film, which reminds me so much of the Dark Knight heist. And it is shot very well. And shit does go wrong, but at the same time, it goes smoothly, to be honest. And then there's a heist at the end of the movie. Because everyone's connected, what I love the fact is that Casey Affleck is in trouble the entire time. He didn't know that he's going to get killed, and he is the rookie. He's new to this environment, and things are trying to get him killed, but at the same time, everything solves itself. Seriously. The entire time you're wondering, oh, is Casey Affleck is going to be okay because Anthony Mackie is going to betray him, probably kill him? So, yeah, that's the what you're thinking the entire time. But no, he gets off scot-free by the end of the film. He didn't even get hurt. I find it hilarious that he didn't have to do shit. Seriously, everything solves itself because you think that Aaron Paul, who plays the junkie, who's incredibly upset because his brother died, that he's gonna fuck things up, and he was gonna fuck things up, but then everything works out because Anthony Mackie is a cop, and he got shot in the head by Aaron Paul when he tried to shoot Aaron Paul, and he was trying to kill Casey Affleck by hiring this Mexican guy who's gonna shoot Casey Affleck, but he missed because of Aaron Paul. So because of that, they call the 999, and then Chiwetel Ejiofor and Clifton Collins Jr. go into some fort or something like that and stole the database, all the files for Kate Winslet, and Chiwetel Ejiofor gave it to Kate Winslet, who told him that don't worry, your son's safe, but you will never see him again. So Chiwetel Ejiofor knew something bad was going to happen, so he blew up Kate Winslet, and then Chiwetel Ejiofor got shot by Clifton Collins Jr. He got betrayed, and then Clifton Collins Jr. tries to kill all the witnesses, which includes Casey Affleck. So he tries to kill Casey Affleck, but Woody Harrelson realized that Clifton Collins Jr. is the fourth man in the four-man team. So Woody Harrelson chooses Clifton Collins Jr., and that's the end of the movie. So at first you would think, my God, this sounds kind of complicated, but no, not really. I think the only part that was complicated at first was when I thought that Kate Winslet was the wife of Chiwetel Ejiofor, but no, it was actually Gal Gadot, and she's the sister, and you're trying to figure out how the fuck did Chiwetel Ejiofor get himself in this position? Seriously, did he not know that Gal Gadot is the sister of the wife of a Russian mob? Seriously? How the hell did he get himself in this situation? But then they explained something about them being connected to the Russian mob earlier when they were in Iraq or something like that. That part I didn't fully understand. And they kind of glanced over it very quickly because they're trying to... Woody Harrelson was talking to someone and they're trying to make sense of all this. And the guy was talking to him over the phone about Aaron Paul's character and that everything is connected. But I felt like I needed subtitles because there were a couple of things that I could not understand because I couldn't hear it. But other than that, the movie was fun. there were a couple fun shootouts, especially in the middle of the movie. And I guess it's because I played Battlefield Hardline recently. I do not like the game. I do like some ideas with it, especially in the campaign. But what I love about this scene in the middle is when Anthony Mackie and Casey Affleck are trying to take down the cartel. They had some information and they're trying to take these guys down. So Casey Affleck had the riot shield. He was coordinating with the rest of his team members. Like, check the couch, clear, clear. Okay, check the bathroom on my right, clear, clear. And then he's like blocking everything and all that stuff. And it was pretty cool. I love this scene. This is one of my favorite action scenes of the year so far. And it was awesome. Just him holding the riot shield and everything was intense. And you don't even know when these guys are going to pop up and shoot at Casey Affleck and the guys. And yeah, that scene was really, really intense. And I wanted more of that. So that's why I was thinking, okay, this is the middle gun sequence. So what's going to happen at the end? And because Anthony Mackie got shot in the head, the 999 was called in, and then Chiwetel Ejiofor and Clifton Collins Jr. go into the fort to try to steal the database, and at the same time, Woody Harrelson and all the police units are going to go to Casey Affleck's location to see what's going on. I thought it was going to lead to something huge. Like, there was a huge fuck-up. Chiwetel Ejiofor and Clifton Collins Jr. is trying to run away from the police, and then there's this humongous chase scene, and people are dying and all that. But no! It does no, it doesn't do that, and I was really disappointed. But I love the fact that it went all The Departed basically with everyone dying. Yeah, seriously. Norman Reedus dies, Aaron Paul dies, Chiwetel Ejiofor dies, Clifton Collins Jr. dies, Anthony Mackie shot in the head, he might die. Kate Winslet is dead. So all these people are dropping like flies in the near the end of the movie, and I was like, holy shit, this is like watching The Departed, and it's kind of awesome. But you expected so much more. My friend told me that he liked it more than I did, actually. But he did mention that it seems kind of unfocused at times. Like, probably there were too many characters, or this movie should have been like an hour longer to explain the backgrounds of each character. Because it just throws you in there. And I guess it's for the benefit because these guys basically know each other, so it doesn't make sense for them to really introduce themselves and go into their home lives and stuff like that. But at the same time, you kind of wish there was more of that. Like I said, I love the relationship between Norman Reedus and Aaron Paul. I like the fact that they're brothers, and they had that one scene, and I wanted more of that, but that's the only scene that they have together. And I like the brotherhood kind of between Chiwetel Ejiofor and Norman Reedus. Like, they know each other, they go way back, they're like best friends, but that's the only that one scene. So I felt like it keeps cutting off, and I'm not sure if they keep rewriting the script or something like that, or I don't know. I felt like there were a lot more scenes. But yeah, that's how I felt about 999, and I do recommend it. I really do, especially if you like crime movies like this. But at the same time, it's not as gritty as I hope for it to be. And I guess I was hyped up from the trailers. I think that's why. So I do recommend it though. But between this one and Eddie the Eagle, I do recommend Eddie the Eagle a bit more. Then again, they're two separate genres, so yeah. So that's how I feel about 999, guys. Write down in the comments below if you've seen the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Guys, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, there's an annotation here for subscribing. So until next time, guys, see you later, and thank you for watching.